Do not let negative thoughts enter your mind. Don't do it. I am your girl Nisha Nikay, and right now you are watching my channel. In order to be a part of it and see everything that I have going on, look below, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and make sure that after this video you continue to watch my other videos. You'll see the gist of what I have going on here. But like I said, do not let negative thoughts enter your mind. Man, a negative thought really tried to get me this morning. It truly did. I sat in it for a little bit, and then I was like, you know what? Let me listen to my daily affirmations. So I listened to that for about 30 minutes. That took me out of it. I prayed, and I talked to God about what was transpiring. And yeah, that's what happened. Other than that, yesterday I had a lovely, wonderful, terrific day. The day went better than I expected it to. I think the whole morning and afternoon, I was trying to prepare myself for it to go either way. When it went good, I realized I was only preparing myself for it to go one way. And thank God that it didn't go that way, right? So yeah, just don't let negative thoughts enter your mind. Think about what you can do to deter those thoughts, to get rid of them completely. One thing my pastor said is that, we have the ability to tell our minds to stop, right? Just stop the negative thought. Just go away. You don't belong here, right? And sometimes that truly takes discipline. It takes practice. It takes believing that's possible. You get what I'm saying? And let's just always remember that words are more powerful than we think they are. What we say can very well come true. Most of the time it very well does. So I've actually been trying to train myself to tell myself, or to tell the universe or God, or I've been trying to say what I want to receive out of life, right, instead of what I have. Because sometimes when you speak on what you have, it just continues to be true, right? So that's why a lot of times when people are speaking things into existence, it's not necessarily that they're lying. They're speaking of the life they want to have. And I think that's the mindset that I'm trying to get myself into. And sometimes, you can only speak on what's present, right? So like I said, it's definitely a challenge. It's definitely a practice. And it's definitely having to teach your belief system something that you haven't been taught, right? Unless you've been taught it already, right? So just do what you can in order to deter that negative thought. Like I said, I chose daily affirmations this morning. I chose to align myself with God this morning because I am also focused on building a relationship, right? What I'm realizing, when it comes to what a lot of people like to say spiritual, but when it comes to God, for me, just through godly relationship, I was told that, it's not necessarily about routine, it's about relationship. And that helped me because when I started going through this thing of realizing that I'm struggling with my mindset, I'm struggling with my emotions, I'm struggling with mood swings, the first thing I picked up on was routine, right? But I know that I'm seeking relationship, right? I want to hear God. I want to know what he wants me to do. I want to know what's next, and I already knew this, but it made me understand that I wasn't in a relationship even more after my godly conversation that I had. And what I realized is that I've been rushing my conversation with God. And you really can't build relationship through being in a rush. You know what I'm saying? So I've been truly just trying to take my time, get to know him better, and create space to be able to hear him. And I think I'm getting better, because sometimes I just have too many coincidences, right? Too many deja vus and stuff like that. So I really just been trying to focus on how to slow down and just be, you know. The practice that I've been having lately is, if I wake up, tell myself that, okay, you up. Let's go ahead and get up. Let's go ahead and take this time. Let's go ahead and start this day off with God, right? It worked for about 2-3 days. I feel like the time is getting shorter. But maybe it's just because I'm tired. And what I realized yesterday is that I finished something, right? And when we get to the Bible of Genesis, when we read that, we realize that the 7th day is Sabbath. And what I just learned about that day is that, or the 7th day God created rest, or whatever, or God rested. What I realized, or what I was learning, is that God didn't rest because he was tired. He rested because he was finished, and that stuck with me, because I'm like, because it's like I'm already working technically 7 days a week. But I think Saturdays is kind of like my day of rest for the most part. But when yesterday came, I realized that I had finished something, and it felt good, but it felt so good that I didn't want to go to sleep. Normally, I have hard days, or whatever the case may be, or I'm tired, I go to sleep. These last few days, I've been tired, but I've been up, right? So when I got home and I wanted to go to sleep, I just laid down. Like I was kind of all smiles yesterday, even though I was tired. So I laid down, chilled. I closed my eyes for, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes. My dad called, woke me up, and I stayed up the rest of the night. You know what I'm saying? So I've gained some energy from just the 3 days. I really feel like it was only 3 days that I've spent more time with God. 1 hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes. And I truly feel like that's why, it's like I'm psychologically, through reading the word, through having healthy, godly conversation, it's like I'm psychologically understanding why the 7 days were created, what rest truly is, when to truly rest, and how to build a relationship. So yeah, I don't think I necessarily expected this channel to go this way, but it's technically something I have to do based on me sharing my different thought processes with you guys, because me sharing this and my life with God, it's the piece of why or how my thoughts are able to transcend to a better place, or to transform into better thoughts, or whatever you call it, which is why I had to tell you guys this way. Definitely did not expect it, so there's only God. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Please do not let negative thoughts take over your life. All right, like I say, do whatever you got to do. Mine's just daily affirmations. But it's becoming more than that. And also just understand what you need when you need it, whether it's working out, whether it's bowling. I love bowling. Whatever it is that you need to do to clear your mind, do that. If you wonder why you think in a way, acknowledge the thought and try to figure out why you're thinking that way. But even if it's a valid reason that you're thinking that way, doesn't mean that you should continue to think negative. You get what I'm saying? Let's continue to figure out how to be solutionists, find solutions, and stay in positivity as much as we possibly can, so that we can be positive for others, and so that we can have better energy. I think mostly that's what it's about. It's just about having great energy, being as pure as possible, and not passing off negative or misery, negativity or misery to others. So yeah, don't let negative thoughts take over your life. All right. Once again, I am your girl, Nisha Nikkei. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe right beneath this video. Do all that good stuff. Soon as this go off in the next few seconds, make sure that you watch my other videos. You'll kind of get a gist of what's going on here and how much better I'm getting. Right? I think I'm just saying less ums and all of that. So yeah, just make sure you do all that, and I'll see you again. I'm out the way.